If you're just joining us, 3 police officers were shot in Bristol overnight. 2 of them were killed. A third is in serious condition right now.
Yeah, we're continuing to follow this all morning long for you. Right now, we're checking in with Fox 61's Lauren Zenzi. She's speaking with Brian Foley right now, formerly Lieutenant Brian Foley from the Hartford Police Department. He's getting us up to date on what's going to happen next. Lauren.
Good morning to you both. Just devastating news that we are hearing. Just a little while ago, 2 police officers confirmed dead after this incident. We're going to bring Brian Foley in right now. He was working with the Connecticut State Police a short time ago. Brian, as of right now, there's a lot of information coming around. What can you tell us about what might have led up to this last night?
Well, let me just frame out some stuff here, Lauren. This is awful, and if you watching the news overnight, as I'm sure you were, us in the cop community knew exactly what we were looking at, and obviously a fatal shooting involving the fatality of a police officer, and obviously 2 here in Bristol. Look at. Obviously, our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody, every police officer that's going to be affected by this, and there'll be a ripple effect. So let me just kind of go through it here. Look at that neighborhood's going to be locked down. I believe that scene is still active.
Yes.
I believe it certainly has all the earmarks to be a domestic type related incident that the police are going to have to move through. That neighborhood will be locked down. The Connecticut State Police are going to be on scene. You're seeing SWAT teams, likely SWAT teams from a regional SWAT team, the state police SWAT team, which is indicative of at least 1 or more persons within a home there. Again, all framing out to be a domestic type incident. Like, I know more than I can say. I can tell you that the officers were outgunned, ambushed, and it's just a horribly and sad situation.
Is there any indication as of right now, Brian, that it was just 1 person that was shooting from the home, or has that not been confirmed yet?
And look, everyone's going to want a lot of details, and it's going to take some time for those specific details to go out. The worst thing a police department can do at this point is provide the wrong details. Likely the state police and Bristol police chief will give you as much as they can within the coming hours as to exactly what unfolded there. But from the looks of it, that scene is still active.
Now, Brian, at Bristol Hospital, we saw a massive police presence. We saw a huge American flag being held on a ladder from the fire department. We did see 1 officer briefing all of the other officers in the area from local and state municipalities. What exactly does that indicate? What exactly do you think that they were talking about at that time?
No, there's no doubt that's going to be the fallen officers getting escorted to the office of the chief medical examiner, which is standard operating procedure from the hospital there. That officer's briefing the other officers on the procession and likely which direction, how they're going to go, and how they're going to get them there. You have family members arriving at hospitals with the worst of news at this point. You're going to need a lot of support for the officer. Going to need a lot of employee assistance type support from their peers. Bristol PD is going to basically shut down now for the next couple of days. You'll have every police department in the area offering support to Bristol, literally taking calls and covering their calls. That a police department still has to run while this happens. Connecticut State Police Major Crimes and the Inspector General will be on scene. Yeah, they are on scene, and then they'll be investigating this. This will take a while. You're going to have a lot of details, and I would beg you and caution you, all the reporters, Lauren, yourself. I'm sure you'll have the officers' names before they're released. You got to just wait. You never know. I mean, I've seen situations where parents are getting on flights in California to fly out to see the officer. There's just so many scenarios. Don't release the names if you can. I know you want to hear all the facts involved. It looks like a domestic related thing, obviously fatal. There'll be a procession to the OCME in the coming days. There'll be processions to the funeral homes, processions for the actual funerals. Hopefully the 3rd officer does all right, and he's released at some point, but very serious going on in Bristol, and it's going to be impacting the region for a while.
Brian Foley, formerly with Connecticut State Police as their spokesperson, also a retired detective. We really appreciate your insight, and we'll continue to check in with you throughout the morning. Like we've been talking about, 2 officers now dead, 1 in serious condition after a really heartbreaking incident over in Bristol. For now, I'm going to send things back to the anchors, and we'll check back in.